Happy Hump Day special. How you feeling today? We about to talk about Battle of the Sexes. I got a special guest about to drop on in. Come on in, because this is Battle of the Sexes. It's a lot of friction going on between men and women. So it's so important that we get on one accord. This is about to be so much fun.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Yo, what is poppin'? You got the glasses
Hello.
going.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Happy,
Let's get it.
happy Hump Day.
Let's dive right into it.
Happy Hump Day. How you feeling?
Feeling great. Thankful for another day. Thankful to be alive. Black and strive. Let's get it live.
You know, it's a lot of friction right now between
It's a lot of friction.
the sisters and the brothers.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I feel like women is in their masculine energy and men is in their feminine energy.
So let's dive right in. I feel like a lot of men are portraying themselves from a feministic nature. A lot of women are trying to portray themselves from a masculine nature, which is deterring themselves from their natural, true identity. So for me, I'm not for it.
You said I'm not for it.
I'm
What
not
you not
for it.
for?
I'm personally not for it, but I still respect every individual. But I'm not for it. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, as women, we just doing a little too much. You know, we just
Way
doing
too much.
we doing a way too much. You know, we out
Right
here
now.
propose. We out here proposing.
So my thing is like, look, I respect everybody for face value. I respect everybody for who they are and who they claim to be. If you're gonna be somebody, be that. But it's no straddling the fence. So if you're gonna be a feminist, okay, be feministic with all the ways that you want to be a feminist. You know, you can't dibble back and forth. You can't say, oh, I want to have the same things that men are able to do. I want to be able to, the stereotypical ways, have my way about things or whatever the fuck. It's like, okay, that's cool, but you still compensating. You still gonna compromise something, and you know your value decreases at the time. So, you know that's your choice. But I don't think that's the right thing to do personally. But I mean, you know, people gonna do what they gonna do.
People gonna do what they gonna do. But when they don't know themselves, that's why they going left and going right. They're confused. Once you don't even take the time to marry yourself, why would anybody want to marry you? And that's where I feel like it's going all bananas. Like we jumping into situationships and they are leading into
Situationship.
situationships and they are
Right,
just leading into entanglements, not even true
right,
relationships.
right. And that's my issue. Like, again, with the role confusion. Like, I feel like self identity is very, very large and it's very, very great. And I feel as though, like, certain individuals who don't have the mind capacity to be able to comprehend and or use discernment between what's the good and the bad, um, I really don't have a tolerance for them. But I I have been trying to develop the patience to explain to these individuals the right way of living appropriately and respectfully. But again, with this confusion within society, you have so much you have so much hatred towards towards the opposing gender. Oh, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna get with a girl. Oh, I'm gonna show her. Ain't nobody winning by that goofy ass, silly ass shit. So for
Everybody
me,
losing.
we are losing.
We all losing in
All
this game
losing.
because we not coming together. And it's how you
Not
mentioned
coming
about just
together.
self hatred, but Ashley made a good
Exactly.
point. This generation don't want marriage. They don't even know
Y'all
how
want
to be
marriage. Y'all want no
married.
goddamn marriage.
They don't even know how to be married because they never seen the two dynamics of a male and a female in the same household. So how is that
Exactly.
gonna work when the father figure never taught his son how to be a man? So that's why men don't know how
Exactly.
to be men, and truly women are not stepping into their feminine nature because they don't know how to even operate to even have an honest, deep dialogue with another man.
Exactly. And that makes me dive into my next point. The individuals in which have experienced like single mothers and whatnot. So again, like I speak about like individuals in which are males who don't have respect for women. Okay, why? Why don't you have respect for women? What have you what have you been victimized in what way and how and to what degree to make you not respect women? How are you a victim? Because you had to be a victim. You didn't just come out the womb hating women. What happened to you?
It all stems on childhood.
But we ain't had no guidance. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore that's where the misleading occurs. And like for me, I try to get down to the root of the issue. Similarly to how you are. Because you always get down to the root of the issue. You know what I'm saying? And so that means a lot to me for you to even acknowledge that point. But I think it all stems from the childhood.
Let me dive deeper into
Let's
what
dive
I
into
have
it.
noticed. Just I see the game going. I'm not even playing. I'm watching on the bench, and
Right.
I've noticed just off of the childhood trauma, and we are truly dealing with like codependency era.
Yes.
So a lot of people did not get that affection, that love from their parents. So now they're seeking that from the other. They want the
Yes.
other to fill the voids that they have internally within themselves.
Within
So I
themselves.
get this a lot, Hori, because I had my family. I had my dad and my mom solely in my life. So now I'm entering into self-discovery. I want more self-freedom because I had the love in the household. So it really is that balance that you have to deal with, that internal behavior within yourself, to know you really don't need nothing from nobody. You just truly want them to be who they are and love them unconditionally. But the only way you can
On
do
the
that is
Lord.
when you love yourself.
On the Lord. On the Lord. On the Lord. I have nothing to oppose what you just said. Like that was the most perfectly, like eloquently said statement I've ever heard. Like, I mean, yeah, that was perfect. That was perfect. That was
And
perfect.
just going back to Hori, because I feel like it's power of the tongue. And
Yeah.
us women call y'all boyfriends, and we're letting you be a boy at that point. So we're accepting
Yeah.
the bare minimum from you because you're a boy, right? You're not a
Right,
man.
right.
We're calling you a boyfriend.
And so with the male ego, especially of like alpha alpha African American males, that term will not resonate in appropriate manner. I feel as though they not gonna be receptive to that at all. And I know I'm not finna be receptive to that at all because I'm an alpha male. But see, even alpha males have feministic qualities.
It's
You
a
know what I'm saying?
balance. You have to
It's a
be tapped
balance.
into
Like,
your
and
feminine
when I learned
nature.
that it's a balance, it's still a balance. But in totality, I feel like you cannot title someone for someone that they are not. If you notice that this man is an actual man, you cannot call him a boy. Like it's just, I mean, come on, man. Like, but see, people, we go through these little things. It's like, okay, you're my boyfriend, girlfriend. If I'm calling you a girl and we both 28, what type of man am I to call you a girl? I mean, unless you act like a girl.
That's why it's
But
so much power in the
come
tongue.
on,
We speak in life and death, and we're accepting the bare minimum. We
seriously,
truly don't even know what we want out of the other because we haven't even entered into the self discovery in
at all,
oneself. So
at all.
when you realize you truly need to get the most important relationship is with you and God. Truly love people for who they are and not try
For
to
who they
change them.
are,
I'm not trying to
for
change
who they
you.
are. I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to change you. I love you for who you are.
Yes. And if you're not for me in that
Then
way,
you're not
then
fucking
that's
for
what
me.
it. But it's so sad, Hori. It's
It
really
is.
so sad that men and women can't even be friends because they feel like it always has to enter in a sexual manner between both genders. Like we can't even come to a common ground without someone thinking we getting sexy with each other.
So exactly. One of the things that bothered me was you ever been like, you remember them little long term relationships we used to be in back when we was younger? And then you get out of it, it's like, damn, we can't even be friends no more. It's like, how did we become not friends after being this freaking close? You know what I'm saying? And now we just not friends, and now we creating friends who we not, who we don't want to be friends with. We don't want to interact with. It's like, no, it just, I'm not healed enough to be your friend.
Mm.
And it's like, but why? I mean, we develop. Why did we waste our time? You know what I mean? Like, did we, or are we still hurt? And I used to tell my sister, I'd be like, look, and I give her advice about dudes. I'm talking to her like she my younger sister, and I'm like, look, man, I'm blocking you. Blocking him is letting him know that you still care. So, I live life a little bit differently.
Have to take your power back, and you
Absolutely.
can't allow people to do certain behaviors to you. And I realized that once you really take sex off the table, you
Oh,
can't be the healer and get it slutted out.
oh, you take sex off that table, you're gonna really get a chance to see who a person truly is. You will really get a chance to see if you really fuck with them or not.
Because
Because
it takes time to
it takes time.
expose.
It takes time. It takes time. So,
And I be wondering, what is the rush? If we really in
what
this
is the
long
rush?
term,
What is the rush?
if we in this
Because
long time,
to me, you gotta develop that friendship. Then boom, that's my man friend. Let's
or
keep it
just
real.
or just
Then,
friends.
or just be friends.
That's
Then fiancés. Then get married if you choose to do so. My
yes.
thing is, I am not playing no dumb ass games, and I will not choose to settle. I don't have to.
When you know your worth and you know
When
what
you
you
know your
bring to
worth,
the table,
hey man, look.
when you know what you bring to the table, you
You
move
know what you
different.
bring, man. Preach.
So when you're not in lack, when you already whole within, it's certain things you won't even pull yourself down with. You only going up higher. So if anyone's on a low frequency, they have to raise up to get to you. We out of order with it though,
Now we out of order though for sure.
because I feel like all we have to do, all I gotta do is know your zodiac sign, and we just popping it open, dropping it like it's hot, real quick on it.
Exactly.
Hey, we're not gonna even use that terminology. We really gotta be mindful and really speak with so high regard, because it's really spiritual warfare between the two.
Give me a little time and I'll get there.
It's really spiritual warfare between the two that we're not really dissecting, because we feel like we are so codependent on other people. And I really would love to announce and just remind people, the most important relationship you got to have is with yourself.
Absolutely.
The best relationship to have. You can't change the other person. You can't keep blaming men for this and men for that. It's like, when we gonna take accountability? Because all we doing is just playing games and playing tit for tat, and just truly just having sex and just entering in more soul ties, more baby mama dramas, more. It's just a cycle. When we gonna break this? When we gonna break it?
I'm sorry to hear that those individuals are that insecure to where they feel like they're that lonely to have to do that. Um, and I mean, I definitely want to influence those individuals to elevate to that higher power as well as you do, to feel as though that's not necessary. That's not a necessary thing to do. And it's sad. I've been there, but pussy don't make you feel better, bro.
We've been there, done that, but also just the spell on the music. I feel like it's getting the
The
mind.
music, so the music from both genders has been atrocious. It's been degrading. It's been disappointing. It's been entertaining, but it's been trash. And like, yeah, it sound good, but what are y'all listening to these individuals and like listening to their lyrics? Like,
It's real,
Are y'all listening to their lyrics?
not just the beat now.
Y'all over here waving y'all hands and like pump fisting like y'all Jersey Shore, but y'all listening to their lyrics. I ain't listen to they goddamn. So, but I'm gonna encourage y'all to listen to their lyrics, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, the music has been atrocious.
What I noticed in the lyrics is the
Prostitution,
promotion of prostitution. We
prostitution.
is selling our body, and
Oh, absolutely.
we're not even just selling our body, we're selling our soul. We are talking about both genders.
Both genders. Y'all are prostitutes too. Y'all some
But
hoes. I
hey,
was a hoe at once, but y'all some hoes. Yeah,
it's
so
just a certain place that we have to enter into another self-respect.
I
It's
agree.
like, when are we gonna respect ourselves to know we don't even have to stoop that low?
First of all, if y'all feel the need to like always have this insatiable desire to have people around you and to have to engage physically or intimately, you have a mental uh imbalance. You yourself need to get checked out. You need to focus on yourself.
We all need
It ain't
therapy.
about no vagina. It ain't about no dick. You yourself needs to focus on yourself. Your baby dad, baby mom. I need to focus on yourself. Focus on yourselves.
I feel like we all need therapy.
We all do.
We
All
all
of
have to heal. I feel like you can't be the healer and get it slutted out at the
at
same
all.
time.
At
It
all.
has to be a balance between both of us to understand what is the purpose that you even around me for. What
What's
is
up,
the
Cooley?
purpose of this? Because
Exactly.
we're not gonna keep going in circles. I want you to do this for me when you can all do that for yourself.
That's what I'm trying to say.
The games of
The
pointing
game,
fingers.
the games. Yo, hey, let's dive into that. What was you saying? Like you had posted something the other day
Playing house.
playing house.
Playing house. Playing house, ladies, is truly setting yourself up to just be promoted to being a baby mama. That's all he finna do. And then after that, that's going to end up so much hardship because you're going to
Oh
end up
my!
losing
Oh my!
yourself. You're going to end up losing yourself because now you're
Oh
taking
my
care of this
God!
child. Now you're trying to take care of your
Oh my
grown
God! She
boy
just.
because he's not a man, he's a grown boy. So
Oh my
now you
God!
got two kids. And then guess what? You trying to get yourself together too? How
Oh
that's going to
man!
work? Because women, we start trends and we truly can heal the whole planet and the whole universe if
Right.
we just understand how our heart and our mind works and we work it together. But this is when you got to think logical though. Like, you got to think
And
logical.
speaking off of experiences in which I've endured, you know, or seen, she's exactly right. Y'all better pay attention. I'm trying to tell y'all this is free game, literally.
Freaking Hard.
For now.
Let me dive deeper. Let me dive
Let's
deeper
dive
because
in. Dive into it.
listen to this. Listen to
Yeah.
this.
I'm listening. I'm
Men
listening.
men were actually attacking me. I was making an intention to inform the ladies this game that is being played, how boyfriend and girlfriend, that terminology is made up. It's an illusion. So now men
You got
have
me
the
hip to that though.
hold on. Now men have the audacity to tell me, so how am I supposed to know she your wife if she don't play house with me first? How am I gonna know that she qualifies to be my wife if I don't test drive her? So basically, they're saying that they have to use you, sis, use your body, slut you out in order to see if you qualify to be his wife. So I would
So
love to inform the ladies how they are the prize. It's even in the good book, hold up, that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. I'm getting passionate right now because we're getting it all
I'm already
confused.
here.
Because men actually live longer with a wife. Women live longer if they stay single and get their mind right. So let's
Mm.
drop statistic facts on them real quick because we don't know. We don't know.
My only discrepancy with that is actually, you know what? I feel what you're saying. Actually, I feel what you're saying. I do.
Because Because Hari, when you get to know
I
someone,
had to think about that shit for
just
real.
when you get to know someone, because you truly know me, you know my
I had to think about
character.
that shit.
You know my character, you know my heart. So when you know somebody's character, you know their heart, you will want to spend your life with them. You
Yeah.
would know, like, okay, I know this person. I see them out. I see how kind they are. I see how friendly they are. I see how pleasant they are. I can spend my life with her and don't even have to truly play this game. I don't have to watch her clean up and do chores for me to make her qualified to be able to spend the rest of my life with her.
For sure.
I just
I agree. I do believe like I'm in between. Like I believe like roles do help, but I don't believe that it has to be completely like the traditional role. Like I believe that it can be 50-50. I believe it should be 50-50. And and however like whatever works for the couple, because depending upon the individual will determine how you work for the 50-50. And you know, if you can get that 50-50 work with the right person in the way that y'all can complement each other in the ways that you need and the way that he needs, then I think that it's a cohesive environment for sure.
it really takes communication, but people don't know how to articulate their words
Yeah.
anymore to what they need and what they want out of the other. I would love for you to answer this question for me because I really was curious of what is the benefit of a woman being your girlfriend.
Well, I believe that that's simply a title, but like most individuals, like if they look at it like that, it's like training to be the fiance. I mean, if you're a child, like that's just what it's gonna be. You're not trained to be no goddamn wife. There's no child. But I mean, you're still trained to be a fiance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You
you
train it.
know,
You training to go to the next stage. Just like if I'm playing basketball, and you know what I'm saying, I'm in seventh grade. I'm training after that to get to the eighth grade. It's the same shit. And then after that, you train as a fiance and as a other fiance. You know, you're gonna train to get to marriage. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all can wait 3 years after dating fiance. Like it's a promise ring. You still training. So until
see,
y'all get done training, then boom.
see, I feel like training that just makes it seem like it's hard. And I believe in relationships are just supposed to flow. I don't feel like it's supposed to be hard. I don't feel like I have to work to be in a relationship. And that's
No,
what I
no, 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 no. When like I understand what you're saying. Like when I use the term training, that may not have been the best term to use. Like it's more so like just like trying to accustom yourself or adapt or try to understand. Like getting your time to like train yourself to understand this individual, getting them to train themselves to understand you. So like that's what I meant. Like the term train does sound a little like that does sound kind of borderline. Like so I didn't mean to
Oh
necessarily
no,
use that.
but that's fact because I'm just a literal person and I'm visualized, but most people are really working towards these different levels in
Yeah.
life. But I would love to just inform them that the level that they are at, that the game, the little boy and little girl game is made up and you're truly losing. Like
Oh,
you
for
don't have to
sure.
do all that
Sure.
to just
Sure.
try. It
For
seems like we're
sure.
just begging for each other's love these
Oh, for
days.
sure. For sure. That's why I don't want love from nobody. I mean, and it's like, but you and I, you know, we both had that. Like, we're comfortable being in our own skin. Certain people don't have that. They need to be around people. They got to be in relationships. They got to be, you know what I'm saying, dependent upon people to fill their own soul because they're negligent and they have compromised their own self value. And
Mm.
for me, you know, I just keep it moving. I do the best I could do every single hour, every single day, and I keep it moving. And I do the next thing the next day, same way, and I keep it moving, like literally.
See, that's just being present in each moment. The way my mindset works, I got told that, oh, you're going to be single for life, thinking like that. And then I have to really question, and I'm like, what is wrong with the gift of singleness? Because you understand how much Jesus got to do being single. You see
Exactly.
how far Mother Teresa got being single. So it's
I'm
like,
trying
why
to
are
say.
you running away from yourself? Why
That's
are
what I'm
you
trying
not
to say.
embracing that solitude that you have? Because usually the people who have the most high IQ enjoy their solitude so they can stay creative. But we
Exactly.
out here, misery loves company, right?
Yep.
So we just want to be around just a warm body, and they don't even have to have substance no more.
No.
And when people try to tell me, because most men say, oh, they're afraid to be alone and they just want to be around someone so they don't die alone. But you're never alone when you love yourself. When you truly enjoy your own company, you're not afraid of your thoughts. That's the place we got to get to.
And that's what I want to dive into next. Just like self-preservation, being able to deny sense gratification. That's a huge thing. When you're emphasizing or gratifying the senses, taste, pleasure, feeling, shit like that, sight. You know what I mean? You're gratifying them. You're not disciplining yourself. So for me, um, I feel like that's one of the things that I want to emphasize in just society is just like self preservation. You don't gotta have sex. You don't gotta eat flesh. Get out here and gamble. You don't have to use intoxicants. You don't have to smoke some weed. I'm an ambassador for the plants. But don't use intoxicants. You ain't
Be
got to.
dependent on them because we're
You
just
ain't gotta be dependent on them.
we run into it when we find out we losing at this game of life. We find out we just entered a loss, we got dead, we end up, that's where we go to. But I'm telling you, the best place to run to is the source, is God, is to yourself.
Yeah.
That's the best place to run to and to really tackle. Yes, to look,
Alhamdulillah.
you gotta really look yourself in the mirror and fight whatever demons, because we all got demons.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Nobody knows all the answers, but
Nobody.
how
No
you gonna
human.
listen more clearly to these answers is
Exactly.
when you get so tapped into yourself, because God whispers to us in many different ways and we
Sure.
all wake up at different times, only when one is ready. Only with whatever consciousness level that you're on, that's the only way you're going to be able to hear the source, hear God speak to you.
Exactly. With that being said, let's dive into our last point. How do you feel about that man being proposed to from that woman?
I feel as though, ladies, we have to know our worth and we have to realize what we are up against right now, because it seems like men get called being a simp for loving a black woman. It seems like men are truly in their feminine nature because they was raised by a woman, so they didn't see how to be a proper man. These days we got a lot of broken relationships, so we never seen a dynamic of a healthy relationship. So now women are doing way too much, and I'm holding my women accountable. I'm not pointing fingers at this and that. We don't know what our worth. We selling our body, we selling our soul, we dress, we think we gotta do all this. We think we need fake hair, fake weave, we think we need fake nails, we think we need all that in order to please you. But y'all really love us natural. That's the most. But
I know I do.
so I be
I do.
confused. I'm like, women, are we doing this for the men, or are we trying to compete with your sister? Women are competing with one another, but the only way we can get on one accord, sisters, we got to come together with empowerment. We can't be competing over trying to fight for a man. We just all losing.
That's my thing. Like my thing is, so one of the things in society today that I found that is prominent right now within the gender of women, um, females, is this idea of feminism or being a feminist. Now, I'm all for women empowerment personally. I'm all for women empowerment, but I'm not for the feministic bullshit. Only because it's too contradicting. It's too like hypocritical for me. But we should be able to, like, we fed up with men. We should be able to do the same shit as men. Like, they've been fucking us up for years. Yeah, men full of shit. We all know that. We know we full of shit. Yeah, men been okay, but we still a man.
We in a very sensitive society,
And
and we are living in reverse, Hori. Though we're living in reverse, so that's why it's so
uh,
confusing what we're up against right now, because we truly need men. I don't know why we will feel like we don't need
how
each
we
other.
gonna how we gonna repo- how we gonna make more of a population?
Say your conclusion.
So in conclusion, what I feel like is that each individual needs to take each individual for face value. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, play your role. I do not believe that it should be anything else between besides being a man and a woman together. But that's just my personal opinion. But
Yes, we are
we
we are
activists, we activists for that.
yes,
But
we are promoting black love. I need you, Hori, just how you need me. We need each
absolutely,
other to be on one accord. We need this balance. We need these type of
absolutely,
dialogues to understand how the men mind works and the woman mind,
exactly,
because that's where the miscommunication comes. We feel like you're supposed to do certain things and we want you to do all this for us, but it's so important to have
exactly.
this freedom where having more than just in this relationship. You have to be an individual at the end of the day. You can't just be so
Absolutely.
dependent and codependent on the other to fill these voids. You have to know what hurts you so you can
Exactly.
continue to heal. This is a never healing process. You're going to continue to heal. You're going to have to continue to self discover yourself by still overcoming the battles that we all go through. We
Absolutely.
are not doing this alone, and you don't have to do this alone. But the only way you can understand how to play this game is understanding you're getting played sometimes when you losing and fighting each other.
Exactly.
Man, I appreciate you,
You
Hari.
already know I love you.
I love
Appreciate y'all for
you.
tuning in. We'll
Thank
catch y'all
y'all.
next time.
Thank you.